Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the last session, we have completed discussing about okay preparation of colloidal salts, that is by chemical method as well as physical method. Okay, well, now in this session we are going to continue the remaining part of the chapter. That is, once we prepared, we have to think of its quality. Okay, yes, we have prepared with both by physical as well as chemical method. Now we are talking about purification of colloidal solutions. When you look at the quality of the colloid prepared, yes, it is somewhat impure, or I can say whatever the colloids we prepared, it is not necessarily 100% pure. Okay, yes, 100% pure means their particles. We know that colloidal range, what is that? The 1 nanometer, 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. If the particle size ranges from 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer, then the resultant mixture will be a colloid. Otherwise it is not a colloid. What we say, all the particles not necessarily in the range of 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. In some cases what happens, there will be particles of size less than 1 nanometer also. Okay, yes, during a preparation what happens, there will be some particles whose size will be less than 1 nanometer. In such case what happens, to make it, okay, to make it a pure colloid or 100% pure colloid, it is necessary to remove the particles of size less than 1 nanometer. Or else in another what happens, even there may be chances of having particles of size greater than 1000 nanometer also. So in both the cases, okay, if the particles of less than 1 nanometer or particles of greater than 1000 nanometer exist, then such a colloid is not considered as a pure colloid. It means it is a impure colloid. Okay, to say colloid, the particles must be in the range of 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer, or else I can say 10 raised to minus 9 meter to 10 raised to minus 6 meter, or else, okay, we won't say it is a 100% pure colloid, or else I can say it is an impure colloid. In such case, it is necessary to think of what? Purification of colloidal solutions. Okay, well, now in this session I'm going to consider some, okay, processes which are used to purify colloidal solutions. Well, one among them, when you think of purification of colloidal solutions, is one of the basic. Well, before going for, as I said, before going for a purification of colloid, we should be aware about why the purification of colloid is required. Okay, why it is necessary to purify colloid. Yes, I already mentioned, since during preparation what happens, the colloidal solutions when prepared generally contains excessive amount of electrolyte. Yes, what it has? It has a excessive amount of electrolytes and some other soluble impurities. So what I am specifying here, yes, during preparation what happens, once colloidal solutions are prepared, colloids are prepared, there is not necessarily all particles are of colloidal range. As I said, there will be particles size less than 1 nanometer, or else I can say there will be certain particles whose size is greater than 1000 nanometer. Well, one case I am considering, yes, during preparation what happens, generally there will be excessive amount of electrolytes present, and as well as there will be some soluble impurities exist during preparation. If we leave these things, that is excessive amount of electrolyte as well as the soluble impurities, what happens? One, we know that for the stability, if I consider stability of a colloid, okay, stability of a colloid. For the stability of a colloid, it is necessary to have little quantity of electrolyte. A colloid is stable, as we know that during preparation of a colloidal solutions. So colloidal particles, when we add electrolyte, what happens? The ions of an electrolyte will be adsorbed on the surface of a colloidal particle. This is the one possibility, or else if I consider it is a colloidal particle, they may adsorb, okay, selectively cations of an electrolyte. So once ions of an electrolyte adsorbed, what happens? All colloidal particles going to carry like charges. Because of that like charges, it is necessary, we are going to able, okay, is able to maintain the colloidal state. Is going to maintain the colloidal state. If there is no adsorption of an ion, say when electrolyte is added, what happens? Either cation or else anion of an added electrolyte will be adsorbed on a colloidal particles. If not adsorbed, what happens? Colloidal particles are neutral in case, so there will be coagulation takes place. Okay. So to maintain colloidal state, yes, it is necessary to have, okay, little quantity, small quantity. We say traces of electrolyte is essential. Okay, to maintain colloidal state, a small quantity of electrolyte should be added. The presence of traces of electrolyte is essential to maintain the colloidal, or I can say stability of the colloidal solution. But if the electrolyte present in larger quantity, so what happens if the electrolyte present in large quantity? So it may lead to coagulation. Coagulation of a colloidal particles takes place. So to avoid this, to avoid the coagulation of a colloidal state, it is necessary to reduce the, concentration of these soluble impurities to a requisite amount. Okay, to a requisite amount, which means minimum quantity. Okay, well, so what we know, yes, just recall, when you think of purification, yes, why we have to go for purification means, yes, during preparation of a colloidal solution, the colloidal solution contains large quantity of electrolytes as well as some soluble impurities. Okay, yes, small quantity of electrolyte is necessary to maintain the stability of a colloid, but if exists in larger quantity, what happens? Coagulation takes place. Okay, coagulation of a colloidal salt takes place. To avoid coagulation, what we have to do, that large quantity of electrolyte must be reduced to minimum amount, to a requisite amount, means to maintain stability. How quantity required? We have to maintain only that minimum quantity of electrolyte. So for this, how we are going to reduce the quantity? Okay, the process, whatever the processes we use, okay, the processes used for reducing the, what we are reducing, we are reducing the amount of impurities. Okay, amount of impurities, generally it may be a electrolyte or even a soluble impurities, any kind of impurities. So the whatever the processes we are using, the processes used for reducing amount of impurities to a requisite amount is known as purification, of a colloidal solutions. Please remember, yes, why we have to go for purification means, since that colloidal salt contains large quantity of electrolytes as well as soluble impurities. If they exist, what happens? Coagulation of a colloidal salt takes place. To avoid coagulation, it is necessary to reduce the amount of impurities to a requisite amount. And whatever the process used, okay, whatever the processes followed, those processes are called purification of a colloidal solutions. So I just repeat, the process used for reducing the amount of impurities to a requisite minimum is called, or is known as, purification of colloidal solutions. Well, I think you got the meaning of it, purification of a colloid. Well, the purification of colloidal solution can be carried out by some methods. Well, we go for one by one. The first method of purification is a dialysis. Okay, dialysis. Well, we go for first the meaning of dialysis. What is dialysis means? Yes, it is process of removing. So dialysis, it is a process of removing a dissolved substance from colloidal solution by means of diffusion through suitable membrane. So I just repeat what it is. Dialysis is nothing but, yes, it is one of the process of purification of a colloidal salt. Yes, what we do in dialysis, it is a process of removing the dissolved substances. removing the dissolved substances from colloidal solutions by means of diffusion through suitable membrane. So here, as we said, there will be large quantity of electrolytes present. As even we said, soluble. They are also called soluble impurities. Okay, soluble impurities. These soluble impurities must be removed from what? From colloidal solution. Say there is a colloidal solution CS, it contains soluble impurities. So what we are doing, with the help of dialysis, okay, with the help of dialysis, we are removing, okay, we are removing soluble impurities. How these soluble impurities are removed? They are removed by means of diffusion through suitable membrane. Yes, we understand the meaning here. Here first, what we are getting here, one word, diffusion. Okay. Yes, what is diffusion? Diffusion is nothing but, okay, what is diffusion? Diffusion is the net movement of a substance. Okay, net movement of a substance. Okay, from what? From a region of high concentration. How diffusion takes place? The diffusion is the net movement of a substance from region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. So it's called a diffusion. Means here, whatever these soluble impurities exist, what happens? They move from region of its higher concentration, to a region of its lower concentration. So it's called diffusion. Okay, so I hope you got the meaning. Says what is diffusion? Yes, diffusion is the net movement of a substance. Substance means, say again here, it may be atoms, or it may be ions, or even molecules. Okay, so the net movement of substances like atoms, ions, or molecules from what? From region of higher concentration to a region of low concentration through what? Through suitable membrane. Okay, well, it is called diffusion. Further, what we are saying, we said suitable membrane. What is that membrane? Yes, that a membrane may be made up of animal membrane, means it may be animal bladder, or even it is artificial, or I can say synthetically prepared. So synthetically prepared means, yes, it is maybe parchment paper or cellophane sheet. So these membranes are even called a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, they are even called a semi-permeable membranes. Yes, yes. What is dialysis here? It is the process of removing a dissolved substance from a colloidal solution by means of diffusion through suitable membrane. Is called dialysis. Okay, well. Now here we said suitable membrane, right? What is it? What we said, that membrane may be animal bladder, or else even a parchment paper or cellophane sheets. Yes, what I said here, that membrane is called semi-permeable membrane. Yes, why we are saying semi-permeable membrane means it is a selective barrier. Okay, it is a selective barrier which allows the movement of ions or smaller molecules, but retain the colloidal particles. Means, say here we have ions, we have atoms, okay, we have smaller molecules, and we have a colloidal particles. Okay, we have even colloidal particles. Say when all these things mixture is passed through what? Is passed through membrane, semi-permeable membrane. What happens? Ions will be passed through semi-permeable membrane. Atoms also pass through this membrane. Okay, even smaller molecules also pass through this membrane. But what about colloidal particles? They retain means they not able to pass through this membrane. So only ions, atoms, and some smaller particles or smaller molecules, they pass through this membrane. Therefore we say it is a selective barrier. it won't allow all particles to pass through. It allows only a selective particles to pass through it, which allows the movement of ions, smaller molecules, but which retains the colloidal particles. It won't allow the colloidal particles to pass through. So what happened here? Say one side only colloidal particles remain. On the other side, what happens? All ions, atoms and molecules, whatever impurities exist, they come to other side, which means yes, here what we have done, we have removed those dissolved substances, we have removed those soluble impurities, or I can say dissolved substances from colloidal solutions. Therefore it is considered as one of the easiest way of purifying the colloidal salts. Okay, well, now the apparatus, whatever the device, or you can say the apparatus which is used for the dialysis, to carry out this dialysis one setup is required. That apparatus used, or that okay physical setup used, is called dialyzer. Kenata Kritik, now it is called a dialyzer. So the apparatus used for dialysis is called dialyzer. Okay, well, further, say working. Yes, if we consider the working principle. Okay, yes, there is a vessel having two openings. One is at the bottom side. Okay, one opening is present at bottom side, or even it is considered as an inlet. Okay, and one another opening is present at the top, it is considered as a outlet. Okay, outlet. Well, now in a vessel, okay, in a vessel having two openings, we are going to place a we are going to place a bag. Bag means this bag is made up of a semi-permeable membrane. So this bag is made up of semi-permeable membrane. So what we'll do, this bag is filled with whatever the particles we are observing here. Bag is filled with the colloidal solutions. Bag is filled with the colloidal solar, I can say colloidal solutions, and which is immersed. Okay, say we call dialysis membrane, or you can say semi-permeable membrane. So this bag is a suitable membrane. Is a suitable membrane for what? Containing colloidal solution is suspended in a vessel. It's just suspended in a vessel, and further what we do when you look at the particles, say larger particles are colloidal particles, and the smaller one they are crystalloids. The here crystalloids is nothing but a true solution particles, or I can say the particles having size less than 1 nanometer. Okay, means say it is an impure colloidal. That impure colloidal sol is taken in a bag which is made up of a dialysis membrane, and which is suspended in a vessel containing how many openings? Two openings. One is bottom side, another is present at the top side. Bottom side is considered as an inlet through which water is passed. A current of water, I can say stream of water, is allowed to enter, while the water is comes out of the top vessel. Okay, top opening, it is considered as a outlet. Now when water is passed, a current of water or stream of water is passed through this vessel, what happens? Say as water is continuously flowing, the molecules and ions diffuse through membrane. So when we pass a current of water, a stream of water, what happens? These crystalloids started diffusing through. They started diffusing through what? Through semi-permeable, where those ions as well as molecules diffuse through membrane into outer water. And what about colloidal particles? Colloidal particles, they won't diffuse. Okay, they remain in the vessel itself. That is, they remain in the bag itself. Okay, but what about crystalloids? The crystalloids, they diffuse through this semi-permeable membrane into outer water. Say once they diffuse, colloidal particles remain in the vessel. But what happened? Those crystalloids particles, they diffuse out of this membrane into outer water. As it is a stream of water, current of water. So what happens? All these crystalloids are carried away along with the running water. So what happened at the end? colloidal particles remain in the bag, but all crystalloids they diffuse through this bag and they are taken away from this bag along with the running water, or you can say stream of water. So at the end what happens? Yes, the impure colloid is get converted into pure colloid. And what is the phenomenon involved here? Dialysis. Okay, so with the help of dialysis it is possible to purify a colloid. Well, second one, electrodialysis. So here we know the meaning of dialysis, right? We already considered the dialysis and even working principle. Now, second method is we are specifying electrodialysis. Say dialysis, if you just recall the things, a impure colloid is taken in a bag made up of semi-permeable membrane bag in which we take a impure colloidal source. Okay. Second, what we do, which is suspended in a stream of water taken in a vessel having two openings, right? That bag is suspended in a stream of water. So what happens when we suspend it and we allow the current of water to pass through, say all crystalloids, whatever the crystalloids present, okay, all crystalloids diffuse through the bag and enter into stream of water, leaving behind colloidal particles, so that purification is done there. Now the diffusion, what we are talking about, diffusion of crystalloids. We have a possibility here, right? Crystalloids are nothing but usually they are charged particles, right? Charged particles, or I can say ions. These crystalloids, or I can say true solution particles, are they are usually charged one, or I can say simply ions. Now here the diffusion of ions depends. Diffusion of ions, or I can say rate of diffusion. Rate of diffusion. This rate of diffusion may be high, rate of diffusion may be low. We have a possibility here, right? The rate of diffusion may be high or low. Generally, what happens in general, okay, on an average, so the rate of diffusion is low. The rate of diffusion is low means if you want to carry out the dialysis, okay, the phenomenon depends on what? It depends on the rate of diffusion of a crystalloids. So here, as rate of diffusion is low, or I can say very slow, therefore dialysis takes place a longer time. To carry out dialysis, we need a long time. Long time means a long duration is necessary to carry out a phenomenon called a dialysis. It becomes the disadvantage. Okay, it becomes the disadvantage of this method, dialysis method. So what is the disadvantage here? Since rate of diffusion of crystalloids is very low, or I can say very slow. Therefore, to carry out dialysis, a longer time is necessary. Large duration is necessary to carry out a dialysis. Yes, to overcome this difficulty means to carry out dialysis, it requires a large time. Large duration is necessary to carry out a dialysis. To overcome this difficulty, what they thought of, yes, anyway, these are crystalloids are nothing but usually they are charged particles. Okay, charged particles. We know that a concept called mobility of charged particles under the influence of electric field. Okay, in presence of electric field, what happens? Mobility of ions, what happens? Increases. If mobility of ions increases, okay, is directly proportional to rate of diffusion. Means if mobility is more, what happens? Rate of diffusion is more. If rate of diffusion is more, what happens? The dialysis can be carried out even in a shorter interval of time, small interval of time. Therefore, they thought of a new concept called electrodialysis. Means during dialysis we know, yes, there will be a vessel in which impure colloidal soil, which is taken in a bag made up of semi-permeable membrane and which is suspended in a vessel containing stream of water, right? Stream of water. Now, whatever the crystalloids, say crystalloids, smaller particles, when they suspended in a running water, what happens? They slowly diffuse out of the bag into outer water. These crystalloids diffuse out of the bag into a running water, I can say stream of water. Now, during this, if we use, okay, if we apply electric field, yes, how we are going to apply electric field? By use of electrodes. So when we apply electric field, if you apply electric field across, or I can say side to this bag. So when we pass electric field, what happens? Say we know that movement of particles. If the colloidal soul contains cations, say for example, colloidal soul contains excess of cations, that is crystalloids, excess of cations, positively charged particles. We know that movement of cations move towards cathode, means they readily diffuse out of the bag and they move towards cathode, right? Similarly, say colloidal soul, okay, colloidal soul contains anions. Now what happens? These anions are negatively charged particles. When we apply, electric field, anions, they diffuse rapidly and move towards what? Which electrode? They move towards anode. Therefore, what happens? As their mobility increases, so rate of diffusion increases. Therefore, we can say dialysis can be carried out in a small interval of time. So, is the basis for electrodialysis. Okay, to enhance the rate of diffusion, they thought of applying electric field across the, or I can say on side of the that bag filled with the impure colloidal soul during dialysis. So the method called electrodialysis. Okay, well, we just recall whatever the points we have discussed. Yes, if we consider dialysis, that is ordinary means without any use of electric field. Ordinarily, the process of dialysis is quite slow. Since we already mentioned what we said, since the rate of diffusion is very slow, therefore the process becomes very slow. Well, it can be made faster. As I said, that dialysis can be made faster, means that can be carried out even in a short interval of time. They can be completed within a short interval of time. So we say it can be made faster. Can enhance the speed of the dialysis by applying now by applying an electric field. If the dissolved substance in the impure colloidal soil is only an electrolyte. Please remember this point. If the crystalloids are electrolyte, yes, but dialysis can be made faster by applying electric field. Further, now the process is then named as a electrodialysis. Okay, if you use electric field, okay, if you apply electric field during dialysis, then that process is called electrodialysis. Okay, well, now working principle, how it works actually? Yes, again as usual, so colloidal particles, that is impure colloidal soul, is taken in a bag made up of dialysis membrane or semi-permeable membrane. Here the larger particles are soul particles, or okay, that is colloidal particle, and okay, charged particles, that is crystalloids, positively charged particles. Now when we apply okay, say a stream of water is, okay, current of water, I can say stream of water is allowed to pass through the vessel. So when we apply water, what happens? Those crystalloids slowly slowly diffuse through membrane into outer water in normal dialysis method. Now in electrodialysis, what we are doing? We are going to apply electric field. How we are applying electric field? Say we are going to immerse electrodes. Okay, electrodes are placed in the compartment. What is the new? Okay, okay, new addition here. That the addition is we are going to place an electrodes, anode as well as cathode on either side of this membrane. Okay, now when we pass electric field, say the ions present in the colloidal solution migrate out to the oppositely charged electrodes. That is, when we apply electric field, what happens? They readily diffuse. They readily diffuse, or you can say rate of diffusion becomes more. They diffuse out of the membrane and they move towards oppositely charged electrodes. Yes. Now what happens? Cations move towards cathode while anions move towards anode. Yes, they readily diffuse, comes out of the membrane, okay, and move towards respective electrodes. So cations move towards cathode and anions move towards anode. Okay. Now once they diffuse, okay, once they diffuse, what happens? Since there is a stream of water, because of it, they are taken away from the, or I can say they are taken along with the running water. So whatever the outlet, through outlet, what we are collecting? We are collecting water with the crystalloids. Now what happened within a bag? If I consider inside the bag, there will only colloidal particles remain. So at the end, we, okay, we purified a colloid, right? So it is the principle behind the electrodialysis method. Okay, well. Now coming to the MCQs, first one, the process of removing a dissolved substance. So what we are saying, the process of removing a dissolved substance from colloidal solution by means of diffusion. By means of diffusion is called reverse osmosis, atomizer, dialysis, none of this. Yes, what is the answer? The process of removing dissolved impurities, dissolved substances from colloidal solution by means of diffusion through suitable membrane is called, what is the answer? Dialysis. Okay, well. Now, next one, the process of dialysis can be made faster. So we can enhance the dialysis phenomenon. How? By applying electric field, by using thick membrane, okay, by using magnetic field, none of this. Yes, how we are going to enhance the dialysis? By applying electric field. Okay, so well, with this I'm going to conclude today's session. Again, in the next session we go for other part of the chapter. Okay, thank you, be safe.